The Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN 2 present Viking Preview with a look at today's Colfax Viking Football game. And now, Viking Preview.
Good evening and welcome to Viking Preview. Rick Olson here in the NLWN 2 studio, and we're getting ready to bring you Colfax Viking Football. Tonight, the 1-5 Vikings, who are 0-4 in the Dun St. Croix Conference, will take on the 3-3 Glenwood City Hilltoppers, who are 1-3 in the Dun St. Croix. The Vikings are looking to put together a complete game from both the offense and the defense to get on the winning side following their 60-32 defeat at the hands of the Elmwood Plum City Wolves last Friday. Meanwhile, the Hilltoppers are looking to bounce back following their shutout loss to the Boyceville Bulldogs 28-0 last Friday. Now, coming up in this edition of Viking Preview, we'll take a look at tonight's matchup between the Colfax Vikings and the Glenwood City Hilltoppers. Then we'll get Coach Joe Baradic's perspective on tonight's game in Coach's Corner. Then we'll send it out to Glenwood City High School, where our broadcast crew will bring you all the play-by-play action of tonight's game between the Glenwood City Hilltoppers and the Colfax Vikings. All that coming up right after this timeout as you're tuned to Viking Preview on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN 2.
Every day, thousands of kids start vaping, and I can't let this happen to my kid. So if you want to talk to your kids, you have to get it trending.
No, you're doing it wrong.
Let's go.
Can we talk?
Yeah, what's up?
Visit talkaboutvaping.org for tips on when and how to have the vape talk.
Welcome back to Viking Preview. Tonight, the Vikings will try to get both their offense and defense firing on all cylinders in order to get into the winning column following their loss last week to the Elmwood Plum City Wolves by taking on the 3-3 Glenwood City Hilltoppers, who are 1-3 in the Dun St. Croix Conference. Now, in that game against Elmwood Plum City, the Viking defense just had no answer for the Wolves running back Blake Allen, who ran for 294 yards and 5 touchdowns. In spite of not being able to control Allen, the Viking offense and special teams came through with a number of big plays, starting with Colton Hoffman's 66-yard run to get the Vikings on the board.
Vikings give the ball straight up the middle. Hoffman with it, and he breaks loose. Hoffman is off and running. He's across the 30, down to the 25, to the 20. He breaks a tackle and into the end zone. Colton Hoffman with a touchdown for the Vikings.
Drew Beekner came through with a number of big plays, including an 85-yard kickoff return and a touchdown pass.
Hovde and Beekner back deep. Line drive kick comes to Beekner. He's out to the 20, and he's loose, and he's off and running. Drew Beekner, one man to beat. He makes him slip and fall. Beekner gets a nice block, and he's headed toward the end zone. Touchdown, Vikings. Hovde on the wing on the near side. Eli Ralph lined up tight on the near side. Quick pop pass to Nichols in the end zone. Touchdown, Vikings! Beekner just took the ball, jumped in the air, and hit Nichols off the right side in the end zone for the touchdown.
Theo Hovde provided a big hit on an onside kick attempt, which jarred the ball loose from the Wolves receiver and allowed the Vikings to successfully recover.
And they're trying an onside kick, and the ball gets knocked away, and the Vikings fall on it! The Vikings tried the onside kick, and it worked!
I'm not for sure who that was, if that was Colton Hoffman. No, it was number 2, Theo Hovde, came through the line and just plastered number 4, Juan Sanchez.
He followed that with an 8-yard touchdown run and a touchdown pass to Orion Nichols.
Vikings at the line. Hovde gets the pitch coming around the near side into the end zone for a touchdown. Theo Hovde with an 8-yard touchdown run. Hovde in motion. Pitch to Hovde, looking downfield. He's got Nichols wide open. Nichols heads into the end zone. Touchdown, Vikings.
The Vikings special teams was also opportunistic when they recovered a mishandled kickoff by the Wolves.
As the Vikings have just scored to make it 54-26. Elmwood Plum City on top. A squib kick by the Vikings and fall on by Elmwood Plum City. The ball's loose, and the Vikings have come off with it. Blake Allen tried to recover the ball but never got control of it, and it scooted out from under him, and the Vikings fall on it and will have the ball first down.
Yeah, big hit by number 7, Matt Dockel.
Last Saturday, the Glenwood City Hilltoppers dropped a 28-0 loss to the Boyceville Bulldogs, and in that loss to Boyceville, leading the way for the Hilltoppers was running back Mitch McGee, who carried the ball 17 times for 65 total yards for an average of almost 4 yards per carry. The Toppers like to throw the ball, but against Boyceville they had little success, with Andrew Blazer going 6 for 14 for only 43 yards and 3 interceptions. Defensively, the Glenwood City Hilltoppers were led by Morgan Eggert, who had 9 total tackles. He was followed by Esden Swenby, who added another 4. Now, so far this season, the Hilltoppers are led through the air by Brody Olson, who has completed 89 of 139 attempts for 1,100 yards with 10 touchdowns and 4 interceptions and a quarterback rating of 100.4. The favorite target for the Glenwood City quarterbacks include Brady Thompson, who has 20 receptions for 307 yards and 2 touchdowns. Morgan Eggert has 21 receptions for 272 yards and 4 touchdowns, while Brody Reba also has 21 receptions for 230 yards and 2 touchdowns. On the ground, the Toppers are led by McGee, who has 92 carries for 421 yards and 11 touchdowns. Thus far this season, the Vikings are being led on the ground by Drew Beekner with 343 yards on 83 carries for an average of over 4 yards per carry and 3 touchdowns. He's followed by Colton Hoffman with 283 yards on 44 carries for nearly 6.5 yards per carry and 2 touchdowns. Through the air, Theo Hovde is 3 for 4 for 100 yards and a touchdown for a quarterback rating of nearly 156.2. Ryan Nichols is the leading receiver for the Vikings with 8 receptions for 145 yards and 2 touchdowns. Defensively, leading the way for the Vikings is Cade Anderson with 31 total tackles, including 8 tackles for loss, a sack, and 3 fumble recoveries. He's followed by Eli Ralph with 29 total tackles and a fumble recovery. Drew Beekner, Grant Paulus, and Orion Nichols add another 28, 24, and 24 total tackles, respectively. Now, coming up next, I caught up with Coach Joe Baranek at practice a little earlier this week, and we'll get his perspective on tonight's game in Coach's Corner. Then Dan and I will bring you all the play-by-play action of tonight's game from Glenwood City High School. Now, all that coming up right after this timeout as you're tuned to Viking Preview on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN 2.
My dad was a farmer. The guy was bigger than life. He wasn't someone that liked to show his emotion or liked to show when he was struggling, but we all struggle. I want to show emotion to my kids. It's something that brings me so much joy, and I want them to see me working through things. Allow your kids to know that it's okay to struggle, that even dad doesn't know the answer sometimes, but we're going to figure it out together.
Time now for Coach's Corner, with a look at today's Viking football game from the coach's point of view. Now, Coach's Corner.
Once again on Coach's Corner, we're talking with Viking head coach Joe Baranek. And Coach, this week the Vikings are going to take on the Glenwood City Hilltoppers in a Dunn St. Croix matchup. But first, let's take a look at last week's game with the Elmwood Plum City Wolves, where the Vikings were defeated by what I would like to call a misleading score of 60-32. Your comments?
Just couldn't overcome a big first quarter from EPC. I got to give them credit for that. We did some good things, offense, defense, special teams wise, but when you're digging out of a hole that big, it's tough to overcome. So proud of the kids for fighting all the way through it, but this week coming in, need to put a full game together now.
Now, in that game, the Viking offense and special teams provided numerous exciting plays, which kept the game interesting in spite of the score. Your thoughts about how they came through?
Definitely kept things where we were still playing for something. Still playing for meaningful action. Happy with what we did offensively. Kept them off balance between, running off tackle into the outside and then throwing it over the top. Special teams, some big onside recoveries. To kind of stack some points for us. So hopefully carry that in this week and give them something to think about coming into Friday night.
Now tonight the Vikings take on the 3-3 Glenwood City Hilltoppers, who are 1-3 in the Dunn St. Croix Conference, and they're coming off a 28-0 loss to the Boyceville Bulldogs. What can you tell us about the Hilltoppers?
Like all the other teams in Dunn St. Croix, they're well coached, physical football team, and offensively they're going to spread you out just a little bit. So definitely a change coming in from playing EPC this week to Glenwood. So getting kind of a new look for defense-wise, offensively, coming up against a similar front on defense. So kind of sticking to the status quo and kind of fixing our own mistakes offensively, and then hopefully cleaning up going into Friday.
Now it appears as though the Hilltoppers are the first team that the Vikings will face this year that rely on the passing game to move the ball, as they have nearly twice as many yards passing as they do running the ball. What changes does that necessitate for the Vikings?
Just got to be able to tackle in space. Against EPC this past week was tackling in a phone booth. Now it's out in kind of the middle of the field. So really needing to be able to take the air out between ball carrier and defender, kind of shimmy down and make tackles in open space. Going to be big for us. Kind of take them out of their game, hopefully force them into the run, and then make some tackles in between that kind of ball carrier. So.
Now, it seems as though the Hilltoppers like to spread the ball around to three different receivers who kind of have relatively equal passing yards and receptions. How is that going to adjust your secondary coverage?
Might end up in more cover 2, cover 4 shell, 2 high safeties, just to account for that extra guy out in the slot area. But really we're just trying to stay in our base just to keep things simple for the kids, and just moving some different pieces around, give them some different looks that they have to adjust to. So coming in defensively this week, just need to, again, tackle in space and enforce them in some bad looks.
Are there any updates on the injury front?
No, nothing major coming out of last week. I thought, we came out pretty healthy. Major injury wise, we should be getting healthier as time goes on here, so should be almost back to full strength coming into this week. So.
Well, thank you, Coach Braddock, for joining us on Coach's Corner. Good luck in tonight's game, and coming up next, we'll have more Viking Preview.
You have been tuned to Coach's Corner with a look at today's Colfax Viking game from the coach's point of view. Stay tuned. More Viking Preview is coming right up.
Welcome back to Viking Preview. Tonight, we have the Vikings taking on the Glenwood City Hilltoppers in a Dunn St. Croix Conference matchup. So let's take a quick look around the Dunn St. Croix Conference to see where things stand. Last Friday, in addition to the Vikings being defeated by the Elmwood Plum City Wolves 60-32, the Hilltoppers were being shut out by the Boyceville Bulldogs 28-0. We also find the Cadott Hornets defeating the Clear Lake Warriors 12-0, while the Spring Valley Cardinals took care of the Turtle Lake Lakers 48-6. Now that leaves the conference standings as follows. The Boyceville Bulldogs and Spring Valley Cardinals find themselves tied for first place with 4-0 records. Tied for third place at 2-2 and 2 games behind the leaders are the Elmwood Plum City Wolves, the Turtle Lake Lakers, and the Cadott Hornets. Tied in 6th place at 3 games out with 1-3 records are the Glenwood City Hilltoppers and the Clear Lake Warriors. 4 games off the pace are the Colfax Vikings. Tonight, the Vikings would like to secure their first conference win since 2019. Now, these two teams met last season with the Hilltoppers coming out on top 36-0. The Vikings very much want to show that they're better than that would indicate. So, it all adds up to some exciting high school football action right here on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN2. Now, in just a few moments, we'll send it out to our broadcast crew at Glenwood City High School, and we'll have all the play-by-play action for you coming up next. You've been tuned to Viking Preview on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN2.
You have been tuned to Viking Preview on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN2. Stay tuned. Coming up next is live Colfax Viking Football.
It happens to everyone eventually. Your computer goes on the fritz. Fear not, Sladen's Technology Services can help. When your computer decides to not cooperate, it can be very frustrating. Let Sladen's Technology Services keep you from wanting to drive your computer right off a cliff. Sladen's Technology Services supports business of all sizes. They offer assistance with managed anti-malware, encrypted email, fast tech support, data backup, and recovery, and more. Call Sladen's Technology Services at 715-864-2833 and get the IT help you desire. Sladen's Technology Services is the official IT service for the Northern Light Webcasting Network.
In November of 2018, our daughter Jana passed away. The outpouring of support was unbelievable. Support that we received inspired us to start a foundation called the Jana Kelly Memorial Foundation. And through that foundation,
we've given back in a lot of different ways, through projects, through different other charities that we've supported. We like to help Humane Association, and the Ronald McDonald House is something that's very near and dear to us. We've also recently, this last year, we actually built a tiny house. It's really exciting to be able to give back in different ways.
To learn more or to help financially, would find us on Facebook or www.janakelly.com.
The Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN2 along with Colfax High School now bring you Colfax Viking Football. Follow the Vikings all season long as they battle their way through the Dun St. Croix Conference. Now it's out to the stadium for Colfax Viking Football.
Fake ID. And good evening. Rick Olson here along with Dan Petchow and Ben Ryder on the camera. And we're at Glenwood City High School as we're getting ready to bring you the Colfax Vikings taking on the 3-3, 1-3 in the Dun St. Croix Conference, Glenwood City Hilltoppers. It's homecoming tonight here at Glenwood City, and we have a nice crowd all ready for some football action, and we're just a couple minutes away from that. Dan, real quickly, why don't you run through the starting lineups for tonight's game?
Yeah, here's the starters for the Glenwood City Hilltoppers. They're going to go with number 2, senior Morgan Eggert. Junior, number 3, Andrew Blaser. Number 8, junior Vinny Wheeler. Senior, number 13, Zach Hill. Junior, number 24, Mitch McGee. Senior, number 32, Stephen Booth. Actually, his number tonight will be number 56. Number 53, junior Blake Fayweather. Senior, number 57, Tucker Augustin. Junior, number 58, Jackson Logie. Senior, number 62, Will Standard. And junior, number 85, Edson Swenby. For the Vikings, they're going to go number 2, Theo Hovde. Number 3, Eli Ralph. Number 6, junior Drew Beekner. Sophomore number 10, Ryan Nichols. Senior number 11, Colton Hoffman. Senior number 22, Kate Anderson. Sophomore number 53, Grant Paulus. Senior number 54, Drake Knutson. Senior number 66, Cameron Molina. Senior number 70, Christian Ebert. And freshman number 72, Grant Cook.
Okay, and that's the starters for tonight's game. Vikings hoping to get their first win in the conference since 2019. And boy, I tell you, Dan, they've shown signs of turning that corner the last couple weeks. Between the offense and the special teams last week, they put a lot of excitement in the game. They just didn't have an answer for the running attack of the Elmo Plum City Wolves. But little different situation tonight because they're facing a team that likes to throw the ball, and it's going to be a whole new challenge for the Vikings.
Yeah, you know, and Colfax defense has done pretty good against the pass this year. So between that and their special teams have been really good. We should see a pretty good game tonight.
And Colfax High School. Welcome to tonight's.
And we're going to turn it over to the public address system for tonight's national anthem and player introductions.
Your Glenwood City Hilltoppers. The WIAA, the Dunn St. Croix Conference, Glenwood City High School, and Colfax High School require good sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and fans at education-based interscholastic events. We request your cooperation by supporting the participants and officials in a positive manner. Profanity, racial, sexist, or ethnic comments, or other intimidating or taunting actions, signs, or chants will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal from the site of competition. Please enjoy tonight's game in a positive manner. And now, please rise, if you are able, and remove your hats for the singing of our national anthem by Glenwood City sophomore Haley Shoney and senior Sydney Grant.
So proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
And that was Glenwood City
Starting lineup.
students Haley Shoney and Sydney Grant with the national anthem.
Coached by Mr. Joe Veronic, have elected to be introduced as a team. So, ladies and gentlemen, the Colfax Vikings. And now, your Glenwood City Hilltoppers starting defense. Number 2, senior Morgan Eggert. Number 6, senior Eli Nerby. Number 8, junior Vinny Wheeler. Number 12, sophomore Brady Thompson. Number 14, senior Jackson Halbach. Number 17, sophomore Brody Reba. Number 22, freshman Brock Wood. Number 24, junior Mitchell McGee. Number 56, senior Stephen Booth. Number 63, senior Brett Peterson. And number 85, junior Esden Swenby. And the rest of the Glenwood City Hilltoppers. Their Hilltoppers are coached by Shane Strong, assisted by...
And there's our starting lineups for tonight's game.
Officials are Ed Barnes, Thomas Carroll, Todd Gillick, Richie Nargis, and Brad Save. Ladies and gentlemen, enjoy the game.
The Hilltoppers won the toss and deferred their choice to the second half, so the Vikings will be receiving, and they will be going from left to right. We are in a situation tonight where we're right on the edge of being able to get a signal out of here, so if occasionally you get a little bit of buffering, please bear with us. And teeing up the ball is
Hovde and Beekner deep for the Vikings.
Stephen Booth getting ready to kick off for the Glenwood City Hilltoppers. Theo Hovde and Drew Beekner back deep to receive. And the kick comes down to Beekner at about the 25-yard line. He gets out across the 30 to the 35. Penalty flag comes in. Beekner gets down the sideline across the 50 to about the 46-yard line. But it looked like a hold on the return against the Vikings. Flag sitting at about the 36-yard line of the Vikings. And that is the call, holding against the Vikings.
Looks like a hold against the Vikings.
So they'll mark off 10 yards. It'll go back to the 26-yard line, where the Vikings will have it 1st and 10.
That'll march them back 10, and the Vikings will start there. 1st down.
Just underway from Glenwood City.
Well, just past the 25-yard
Yeah, Colfax offense has to make sure they control the ball tonight and control the clock.
Beekner under center for the Vikings. Hoffman at tailback. Give to Hoffman straight up the middle, drives forward. And he gets it out to about the 31, gain of 5.
Hoffman on the carry.
In fact, they're going to mark it on the 32, gain of 6, 2nd down 4.
On that play brings up 2nd down and 4.
That's the way Colton Hoffman likes to play, north-south. Just run it downhill.
Anderson in the slot on the near side. He goes in motion. Give to Hoffman up the middle. He's met at the line of scrimmage and just drives those legs. Gets it out to about the 34-yard line. It's going to bring up 3rd and a couple.
Ball among the tacklers.
Well, make it 3rd and 3. As they put it on the 33-yard line. Vikings come up to the line. Receivers are tight. Beekner takes a snap, carries it himself around the left side. He gets out across the 40-yard line to about the 41-yard line. 1st down for the Vikings.
Yeah, good job of the left side line there to seal that off and let him get around the corner.
1st down Colfax. Ball on their 41-yard line.
So Anderson in the slot on the near side. Hovde in the slot on the far side. Hovde in motion. Gives straight up the middle to Hoffman, and he gets it out to the 45-yard line.
Hoffman, the ball
gain of about 4. It's going to bring up 2nd and 6.
Tackle by Eggert.
Yeah, good push there between Cameron Molina and 72 Grant Cook.
2nd and 6.
Two receivers split out wide to the far side. Anderson in motion. Pitch to Anderson going around the left side. He gets the corner turned and gets taken down at about the 50, almost the 50-yard line, about the 48-yard line. It's going to bring up third and short 3, long 2.
Good patience by 22. Kate Anderson there to let that play develop and pick up some yardage.
Yeah, it looked like Glenwood City had it pretty well shut down, and he just kept his eyes open. Anderson in motion. Beekner gets taken down in the backfield, back at about the 46-yard line. It's going to bring up 4th and 5 for the Vikings.
Yeah, number 66, Ben Klatt, got through the line for the Hilltoppers.
Stephen Booth brings up 4th down. The long 4.
Yeah, it might have been a 56 you saw, not a 66.
56.
Here, let me hand you the binoculars here, Ben, or Dan.
We don't have a 56. Yes, we do. Stephen Booth.
Yes. Back deep to receive.
Well, if they have their numbers in Braille, I could do it.
Brady Thompson's back there, and I can't see the numbers on the guy on the far side. Hoffman back
Number
in
2,
punt formation.
Morgan Eggert is back.
Snap to Hoffman, gets the kick away.
Might have
It's an
been
end-over-end kick coming down at about the 33 and tumbles forward and down at the 27-yard line where Glenwood City will take over first down.
27-yard line. The Hilltoppers will take over there, 1st and 10. 8:23 to go, quarter number 1.
So we'll see what the Hilltoppers have to offer. At quarterback tonight is Andrew Blaser. Their quarterback Brody Olson, who has all the really impressive quarterback numbers this year, is injured. And so we won't see him tonight. Blaser steps in under center. Gives straight up the middle.
McGee, the ball carrier.
And it was carried by Mitch McGee, and he didn't get much. They're going to give him a short gain, not quite a yard.
Minimal gain on the play. 2nd and 9.
Hilltoppers at the line. And the pitch to McGee going around the right side and gets back to the line of scrimmage. Penalty marker comes flying in.
In the area of a hold.
Flag on the play.
This will be an interesting decision for the Vikings because there wasn't much of a gain. It'd bring up 3rd and long if they decline it.
Holding against the Hilltoppers.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to
accept the penalty. It'll be 10 yards. So it goes back to about the 18-yard line. 1st down and about 20. Maybe 19. Hilltoppers at the line. Blaser looking downfield, throws it, and it's picked off by the Vikings. Drew Beekner with the leaping interception.
By number 6, Beekner.
Yeah, a little underthrown. Beekner cut inside and cut under that route and got the interception.
Leaping through the air in front of the receiver.
Ball on the Hilltopper 36-yard line.
So the Vikings will have it 1st and 10 at the Glenwood City 36. Give straight up the middle to Hoffman, and he barrels ahead
Hoffman with the carry
to about the 30-yard line.
Gain of 6 on the play.
They're going to put it right on the 30, so it's 2nd down 4 for the Vikings. Vikings come up to the line, still running both tight ends. Hovde in motion. They give it to Hoffman. He got tripped up as he went across the line of scrimmage, but still fell forward. They're going to give him a gain of maybe a yard.
Yeah, Jared Hager got his shoestring tackle there for the Hilltoppers.
There was a pretty good hole there, except for the one arm sticking out, and Hoffman happened to find that one arm. So 3rd down and short 4, long 3. And Beekner ran into some traffic as he was going to try to keep it himself. Looked like it might have been a broken play there.
14, Jackson Hallbach.
Yeah, number 14, Jackson Hallbach.
Short loss for
kind of got right in the middle of it and got the tackle.
So 4th and 5, it appears to be 4-down territory for the Vikings. They're at the Glenwood City 30-yard line. Hovde splitting out into the slot on the right side. Nichols wide to the right. Beekner looking downfield. He throws it. It's intercepted down there and slipping down at the 15-yard line. And the interception was made by Brody Reba for the Hilltoppers.
Yeah, he threw it right into coverage. He had 2 guys in the same area.
And 2 defenders right in that area as well.
Tried to thread the needle and just wasn't there.
It's hard to thread a needle with a big piece of rope.
Yeah.
And that's what he was trying to do. All right, Hilltoppers come up to the line at their own 15-yard line. Blaser in the pistol. And we have a penalty flag goes flying.
Looks like it's going to be a false start.
That's usually what it is when they stop the play before it gets going, and you're right. That'll put it back on the 10-yard line. 1st and 15. Hilltoppers split 2 receivers wide to the right. Blaser keeps it himself, cuts off tackle, and gets it out to the 15. Got the 5 yards of the penalty back.
Tackle by
+1.
Grant Cook in there for the tackle for Colfax.
They're putting it on about the 16, so 2nd and 9.
2nd down and 9 for Glenwood City, ball at the 16-yard line.
Again, 2 receivers split out wide. They're on the right side, 1 to the left. Give up the middle, and he's in the open and taken down with a shoestring tackle at about the 35-yard line.
Tackle by Beekner.
That's Mitch McGee.
That is a Hilltopper.
Yeah, good job by the Hilltopper right side of the line. Make a seam over there for him.
They're going to mark it on the 37. Yeah, they just sealed the right edge, and he just took right off the seam there, or the seal. They're at the line. Give up the middle to McGee again. He gets it out to the
McGee up the middle.
40-yard line. Maybe not quite.
Tackle by number 62, Zachary Liero.
They're going to put it at the 39-yard line.
Short gain, 2nd down and 8. Ball on the Hilltopper, 39.
So 2nd and 8 for the Hilltoppers. Brady Thompson splitting out to the near side. This time Blaser keeps it himself.
Fumble.
He got hit right as he got to the line of scrimmage.
We got a fumble.
Eggert keeps.
Oh, but they got it back.
Hit first by number 3, Eli Ralph. for the Vikings.
Eggert carried the ball.
Gain of 1 brings up 3rd down and 8 for Glenwood City.
Blaser back into the lineup. I thought that was Blaser in there at quarterback that time, but
Morgan Eggert.
Eggert in the pistol. Give straight up the middle again. Hitting the backfield was McGee, but he breaks through that tackle and gets it out near the first down to about the 47-yard line. Let's see if they give him the first down.
And it's going to be close.
And they gave him the first down.
There's a Hilltopper.
First down for Glenwood City at the 47-yard line. Hilltoppers at the line. Eggert keeps it himself, goes around the right side, gets tripped up right about the 50-yard line. It's going to be a gain of 3.
After a gain of about 3.
Second down 7.
Peyton Hover on the tackle for the Vikings.
Hilltoppers up to the line. 2 receivers out to the near side. Zach Hill in the slot. Thompson is the wide receiver. Throw over to the right side. And it's intercepted and heading down the sideline. This is going to be not quite a pick 6. Beekner with his second interception of the day.
That was tipped at the line. Colfax defense holds.
Or check that. That wasn't Beekner. That was Peyton Hover on the interception. And he got it down to the 32-yard line of the Hilltoppers. But the second interception of the night for the Vikings.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10.
Glenwood City has single high safety.
Beekner gives it to Hoffman as he heads up across the 30, down to about the 27-yard line, 28-yard line. Second and a long 6. Nichols split a little bit wide. Pitch to Hovde. Takes it off around the right side. Penalty flag comes flying in. And Hovde gets down to about the 12-yard line. And they're going to call, looks like a hold against the Vikings. Yep, it's holding against the Vikings. That one's coming back.
Looks like it's against the Vikings.
Hovde showing some of his speed that time. And you know what, Dan? Even with the holding penalty, that play accomplished what it needed to. It made Hovde a threat on the run, which might make that double pass all the more effective.
Yeah, we'll see what the Hilltoppers do if they go back to the single safety or if they spread it out a little bit.
They've got that single high safety again. Vikings at the line. Anderson in motion. Give up the middle to Hoffman, and he got about a yard.
Immediately by number 55, Jared Hager for the Hilltoppers. No gain.
It's going to be 3rd down and about 16. The ball is on the 38-yard line. They've got to get down to about the 22. Vikings up to the line. Again, they're running too tight. Beekner looking downfield, throws it out into the flat to Anderson, and he had to go down to his knee to catch the ball. And so it's a short gain
to number 22.
Yeah, good job with Colfax to recognize that they had 10 in the box.
And that's going to be the end of the first quarter. Pretty fast-moving quarter. And we have no score from Glenwood City on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN 2.
Looking for a team approach to managing your finances? With over 70 years of experience and 12 locations, Dairy State Bank has built a reputation for helpful customer service and support. While our service ethic is old-fashioned, our products and services are not. We offer a full range of loan programs as well as online banking, mobile deposit, and transaction alerts to fit your busy lifestyle. Dairy State Bank, banking on relationships, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
My character, Shazam, knows all about growing up in a family full of teenage superheroes. They're bold.
Where's everyone going?
To fight crime?
Okay. Adventurous. Shazam! There's never a dull moment. And no matter what happens, they'll always have your back. All they need is a place to grow and be themselves. And the best part is, you don't have to be a superhero to adopt a teen. Learn more about adopting a teen from foster care. Visit adoptuskids.org. You can't imagine the reward.
Back here at Glenwood City, getting ready to start the second quarter. No score. Vikings have the ball. It's 4th down and about 16 yards to go. Snap to Hoffman. He gets a kick away. Nice kick, high, end over end, and it's going to go out of bounds at about the 15-yard line. Nice punt that time by Colton Hoffman.
Rolls out of bounds, and the Hilltoppers will take over 1st and 10 at their own 15.
Shout out to our new viewers in Eau Claire, Wisconsin.
Always nice to get new viewers. And Glenwood City comes up to the line, splitting to the near side is Brody Reba, and out to the far side is Brady Thompson. Give up the middle to McGee, and he steps out of one tackle, but immediately hit by another, and gets out to about the 18-yard line. Gain of 3, 2nd down 7.
Number 70, Ebert, for the Vikings.
They're going to mark it on the 19, so 2nd and 4 or 2nd and 6.
About 4 for the Hilltoppers.
Good job by Zach Lermo to get through, and he didn't get the tackle, but it was enough to slow him down.
Hilltoppers at the line. In the slot on the near side is Hill. Again, giving it to McGee. Bounces off one tackle, then met by a couple of other Vikings and taken down at the 20. They're going to say he was down at the 21. It's going to bring up 3rd and 4.
Ball on the Hilltopper.
Grant Paulus kind of cleaned up that play when it was all said and done.
Yeah, the front four of Colfax has been stingy so far today.
Thompson split out wide to the far side. Eggert keeps it himself, finds a bit of a hole and gets it out across the 25 to about the 28 or 29-yard line. It's going to be a 1st down for the Hilltoppers. Blaser heading into the huddle with the play.
Hilltopper Athletics would like to take a moment to thank Ashelson Dental Care, Jacob Mays Photography, and Synergy Cooperative. Thank you for your support.
Blaser going to step in under center. Eggert's in the slot on the far side. And a lot of pressure, and down goes Blaser. Quarterback sacked that time by the Viking defense. Looked like the main perpetrator was Eli Ralph. Back at about the 23-yard line, 24-yard line.
Second and long from the 23 for the Hilltoppers.
2nd down 17. Blaser at quarterback. Drops back, looking downfield. Keeps it himself. Breaks one tackle, gets out across the 30-yard line.
Tackled by Guillermo.
Zach.
And he was taken down at the 31.
Brings up 3rd and 9.
3rd and 9 for the Hilltoppers.
Zach Lermo on the tackle for Colfax. His name's getting called here a little more in the last few games.
One of the things, the Vikings have a very young team, and he's one of those young, very promising freshmen for the Vikings. Hilltoppers up to the line. Reba to the near side. Back to throw. Eli Ralph with another sack. Eli Ralph came through uncontested off the right side of the Glenwood City line. That's going to bring up 4th and long for the Hilltoppers. Eggert back in punt formation. Hovde back to receive. He's standing at about the 45-yard line. The snap. Eggert gets the kick away. Hovde takes it and gets plastered.
Hovde takes the kick from Eggert.
That's one where Theo might have thought about sticking the hand up for a fair catch. Taken down at the 40-yard line.
The Vikings will take over 1st and 10. Ball at their 40.
Yeah, but hit there by Swenby for Hilltoppers.
But the Vikings have pretty good field position to start this drive. 7:47 remaining in the first half. No score. Vikings up to the line of scrimmage. And the give straight up the middle to Hoffman. Hoffman breaks through and gets across the 50 down to the 49-yard line, and that's a first down gain of 11 for Colton Hoffman. He's gotten stronger and stronger with his running as the season has progressed.
Yeah, I think at first he was kind of hitting the hole pretty hard, and now he's being a little more patient and letting it open up.
And then hitting it hard, because he really drives those legs. Hovde in motion. Give up the middle again to Hoffman. No, it's not Hoffman. It's Beekner keeping it himself. He gets down around the 30-yard line where he's dragged out of bounds. They're going to mark it right at the 30. Big gain for the Vikings. 19-yard run by Drew Beekner.
Number 12, Brady Thompson on the tackle for the Hilltoppers.
1st and 10, ball on the Hilltopper 30.
Now they got it over to the near side. Let's see if they put Hovde in motion.
They do go too wide.
Hovde in the slot on the near side.
Ralph and Nichols.
And we have a timeout being called by the Glenwood City Hilltoppers. 7:10 to go in the first half. No score from Glenwood City. And you're tuned to Viking football on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN 2.
Are your animals feeling a little under the weather? Give the nice folks at Colfax Animal Hospital a call. Austin and Nikki Pritchard are just what the doctor ordered. In fact, they are the doctors and they're ready to help. That's the Colfax Animal Hospital. Give them a call at 715-962-3380.
Colfax High School football action is coming your way on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN 2. Coming up on Friday, October 6th, the Colfax Vikings will host the Clear Lake Warriors from Colfax High School. Coverage begins at 6:40 p.m. with Viking Preview. That's live Colfax Viking football on Friday, October 6th, on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN 2.
Back here at Glenwood City High School. Vikings have it 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line of Glenwood City. Give up the middle to Hoffman. He found a hole, and he gets it down across the 20, down to about the 19-yard line. Another 11-yard run by Colton Hoffman.
Yeah, there's some holes starting to open up for the Vikings.
Vikings in the red zone. And they come up to the line of scrimmage on the right hash. Now they switch their receivers over to the other side. And they give straight up the middle to Hoffman again. And he drives forward. Let's see where they put it. They're going to put it at about the 12, maybe the 13. Second and a short 3. Beekner under center. Give to Hoffman, straight up the middle, drives forward. Looks like he's got the first down. The official on the near side has it marked right on the 10, which would be a little bit short. Third and about the length of the football.
Brings up 3rd and short. Ball just outside the 10-yard line for the Vikings.
Vikings at the line. Tight ends on both sides. Beekner keeps it himself and lunges forward. He gets it down to about the 6-yard line. It's going to be 1st and goal for the Vikings at the 6.
Brings up 1st and goal for
Yeah, good push there by the front four again, the left side of the line for Colfax.
Vikings sending 2 receivers out to the near side. Nickel split wide. Hoffman in the slot, or Ralph in the slot. Give to Hoffman, straight up the middle, drives forward, and he got down to about the 2. Colton Hoffman driving straight forward.
By Nerby and Eggert, down to about the 2.
Yeah, using that left side, the Colfax line there between the guard and the tackle.
They put the ball right on the 3-yard line. Ralph and Nichols are out to the far side. Give to Hoffman. He didn't get anything that time.
Hoffman, the ball carrier.
He got back to the line of scrimmage, and that was it. 3rd and goal from the 3.
55, Jared Hager on the tackle.
3rd and goal.
Vikings at the line. Hovde in motion. Takes it himself into the end zone. Viking touchdown.
Hovde. Touchdown Colfax.
And the Vikings get the first score of the game with a 3-yard touchdown run by Theo Hovde. At 3:33 to go.
Yeah, Colfax front four is making holes here in the second quarter.
Vikings going to attempt to kick the extra point. Beekner to kick it out of the hold of Hovde. Snap, the place, the kick. It's up. And it's no good.
Extra point.
He missed it
No good.
a little bit to the left. So the score remains Vikings 6 and the Hilltoppers nothing. And you're tuned to Viking football on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN 2.
When you have that craving for a home-cooked meal the way Mom used to make it, rest assured, you can still get that meal by going to Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax. Mom's is open daily, serving breakfast and lunch, and don't forget dinner on Friday nights with Mom's famous fish fry. The coffee is always hot, the breakfast is always delicious, and lunch will put a smile on your face and in your stomach. 225 Bremer Avenue, Colfax. Call 715-962-4617. That's Mom's Restaurant and Pub.
It's getting to that time of year again. Time for the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN TV to present our Halloween Spooktacular 2023. Join us at 7 p.m. on Halloween night by the light of the jack-o'-lantern as we bring you some of the best in Halloween-themed old-time radio programs, including The Life of Riley, Yours Truly Johnny Dollar, Richard Diamond Private Detective, and Suspense. So join me and a friend of mine as we party hardy on our Halloween Spooktacular at 7 p.m. Halloween night on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN TV.
Molina kickoff for the Vikings. Driving it deep, picked up by Eggert back at around the 15-yard line. He cuts it over to his right and gets it out to near the 40.
That good return by number 2, Morgan Eggert.
They're going to mark it right on the 40. So the Hilltoppers have good field position.
10 on their 40-yard line, 3:27 to go.
Pretty fast-moving first half. Hilltoppers at the line. Brady Thompson switches over to the slot on the near side. Blaser keeps it himself, going all around the right end, taken out of bounds.
Knocked out by Nichols.
Ushered out of bounds rather abruptly by Orion Nichols and Eli Ralph.
Gain of about 4, brings up second down.
Yeah, he was looking for Brody Reba on the fly route, but it was all covered up.
So second down 6. Hilltoppers up to the line. Eggert splits out wide to the left side. He's very wide on the left side. Thompson on the near side. Throw to Eggert over the middle, and he's got it into Viking territory at about the 48-yard line.
Before getting a Hilltopper.
Yeah, good route there by number 2, Morgan Eggert. Colfax was playing off him and got him on the crossing route.
He split outside the numbers that time, and that gave him a lot of room to work. He had single coverage out there. Hovde on him out there again. Blaser dropping back, looking downfield. He's going to keep it himself. He's down to around the 40-yard line. Not quite at the 40. It should be about the 41 is where he was taken down.
Ralph and Liermo.
And they're going to spot it right on the 40. I have my questions that time. Officials for tonight's game, the back judge is Richie Nargis. Tom Carroll's the umpire. Ed Barnes, the line judge. Head linesman Todd Gillick. And Brad Suave is the referee. Giving it straight up the middle to McGee, and he got it down to about the 35. They're going to mark it at the 36-yard line. First down for the Hilltoppers.
Tackled by number 11. Colton Hoffman for the Vikings.
So 1st and 10 for the Hilltoppers. Blaser looking, intercepted by Hovde, and he's off and running. This could be a pick 6 because he's got a lot of speed. One man to beat. We have a flag comes flying in. Might be a block in the back. Hovde took it to the house.
Hovde, flag on the play.
That's what
but the flag's at about the 20-yard line. And we'll have to see what they call, but I think there may have been a block. They're going to call a hold against the Vikings at about the 20-yard line.
That'll be a spot foul, won't it?
It'll be probably 10 from where the flag was thrown. So that'll move it back to about the 30. That's right where they're going to put it. 1st and 10 for the Vikings at the 30. That's the 3rd interception of the night.
Yeah, the throw was just a hair early for Morgan Eggert.
So Drew Beekner and Peyton Hover and now Theo Hovde with interceptions tonight. And the Vikings have it 1st and 10. And they're at the 30-yard line, and we're going to get a timeout call by the Vikings.
Timeout.
So with 1:39 to go in the half, it's Vikings 6 and the Hilltoppers nothing on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN 2.
To get your lawn or garden to perform at attracting what you want, you first need to know what your soil is working with. That's where Midwest Environmental Consultants can help. Their soil testing service can give you a complete rundown on your soil's nutrition and health. They test for nitrogen levels, phosphorus, potash, micronutrients, minerals, pH, and organic matter. Let Midwest Environmental Consultants put you in control of your soil's health. Call Midwest Environmental Consultants at 608-468-2067. That's Midwest Environmental Consultants, serving Western Wisconsin.
Let Menominee Eye and Optical help you see the world for the beautiful place it is. Doctors Nicholas and Marianne Comroe provide both comprehensive and emergency eye care for all, including pediatric and special needs patients. Whether it's examination for glasses to cataract and LASIK care, or diagnosis and management of macular degeneration, diabetic retinopathy, glaucoma, and so much more. In addition, Menominee Eye and Optical's experienced opticians will.
Vikings have the ball 1st and 10. Hovde in motion. Pitch to Hovde. He's looking downfield. He's going to throw it. He's got Nichols wide open, and he just overthrew him. That's the play we were looking for.
2nd and 10.
Although Glenwood City evidently watched the film from last week because they knew it was coming.
Brody Reba, he wasn't too far off. Just a little overthrown.
Yeah, Nichols did have him beat. I like that philosophy. Go big right after an interception. Give straight up the middle, and that was with Hoffman, and he got
Hager with the tackle
maybe
on
2.
Hoffman.
Jared Hager on the tackle.
They're going to say he got 1. 3rd down 9 for the Vikings.
Brings up 3rd down and 9 for the Vikings.
Don't forget, coming up at halftime, we have a Viking profile. It'll be Drew Beekner today. We're inside a minute to go.
Yeah, it's taken a long time to get the play, and clock's running.
And they're going to take a timeout. All right, timeout by the Vikings. 38 seconds to go in the half. Vikings leading 6-0 as you're tuned to Viking football on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN 2.
Let Menominee Eye and Optical help you see the world for the beautiful place it is. Doctors Nicholas and Marianne Comroe provide both comprehensive and emergency eye care for all, including pediatric and special needs patients. Whether it's examination for glasses to cataract and LASIK care, or diagnosis and management of macular degeneration, diabetic retinopathy, glaucoma, and so much more. In addition, Menominee Eye and Optical's experienced opticians will help guide you to the highest quality
quality eye care for the best value. That's Menominee Eye and Optical, located at 520 Wilson Avenue in Menominee, where they specialize in quality, personalized care for you and your family. And Dan, if I've ever seen a Halloweenish moon before, that sure qualifies.
Get me under the covers.
All right. Back to live action. Vikings with the ball, 3rd down, 9. Hovde in motion, pitch to Hovde. He's looking downfield again. This time he's throwing it across the field to Beekner, and Beekner's wide open, and he's headed to the end zone for a Viking touchdown.
Pass to Beekner.
They were expecting it to go to Nichols, and he turned and threw it back across the field to Beekner, who was streaking down the side for the Viking touchdown. That puts the Vikings up on top, 12-0. And so the Vikings will try the extra point again. Out of the hole to Hovde. The kick is up. That one's blocked. So the score remains Vikings 12 and the Glenwood City Hilltoppers nothing. And you're tuned to Viking football on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN 2.
I'm an ex-drug dealer, and I'll be your sub today. 2 milligrams of fentanyl can be lethal. A lethal dose is in here. Who gets it, I won't know.
It's cheap, it's potent, and it's profitable.
The sad reality is fentanyl is being mixed into everything now.
More kids should know.
Back here at Glenwood City, Cameron Molina getting ready to kick off as the Vikings have opened up a 12-0 lead over the Glenwood City Hilltoppers. 29 seconds remaining in the first half. Molina approaches the ball and kicks it. It's coming down around the 20. It's going to go out of bounds, and that's going to be a penalty. Going to put the ball on the 35-yard line for the Glenwood City Hilltoppers. So they'll have the ball, pretty good field position. Unless they make the Vikings kick it again. And I think that's what they elected to do.
Illegal procedure.
You have the option of taking it on the 35 or make them kick over. And now that moon is coming out. And Ben's going to get us a nice shot of that. The clouds in front of it, left over from the rain earlier today. As Cameron Molina tees it up back at the 35-yard line. Eggert is back deep along with Thompson. Molina comes up, swings the leg, and drives it deep to Eggert at the 25. He's straight up the field across the 35 to the 40. He's through, he's on his way.
One guy to
Morgan Eggert, and he gets taken out of bounds at about the 5-yard line.
Express, Morgan Eggert.
Good speed by the senior, number 6.
Heading south.
Drew Beekner, or junior.
Drew Beekner did a nice job of not giving up on the play because Eggert thought he had a touchdown. 17 seconds remaining in the half. Now the question is, can the Vikings hold them out for 17 seconds? So that's why you make them kick it again sometimes. They split a receiver very wide to the right side. That's Reba. Give to McGee. Finds a hole and takes it into the end zone for a Glenwood City touchdown. And that'll make the score. Vikings 12, Hilltoppers 6. Pending the extra point. Snap, the place to kick, it's up. And it's good.
No, it's not.
No, it's no good. I saw the official on the near side. It looked like he was going to put his hands up, but he was doing a slow motion, no good call. So the score remains Vikings 12, Hilltoppers 6, and you're tuned to Viking football on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN 2.
If you love them enough to relearn math so you can teach them math, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat to make sure they're correctly buckled in the back seat.
Deep to receive. Booth's kick from the Hilltoppers.
Getting ready for Booth to kick off. Stephen Booth to kick off for the Hilltoppers. Hovde and Beekner are back deep. Kick is coming up a little bit short. Picked up by Beekner. He gets it out across the 30 to about the 35-yard line. 8 seconds remaining in the half. And the Vikings will take over 1st and 10 at their own 35. So what do you think, Dan? Do you take a knee here and go into halftime with the lead?
Yep. I'll say take a knee. There's only 8 seconds. You're only going to get one playoff anyways.
Vikings come up to the line. Hovde in the slot on the near side. In fact, they're going into victory formation, which is typical at the end of the half if you're just going to take a knee. Beekner takes it, takes a knee, and that should be it for the first half. So we have Viking halftime coming up in just a moment. Score at halftime, Vikings 12 and the Glenwood City Hilltoppers 6. You're tuned to Viking football on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN 2.
Time now for Viking halftime with this week's Viking profile and other halftime entertainment.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Time now for Viking Profile, where we get to know one of this season's Colfax Viking players. And now Viking Profile.
Today we're talking with Drew Beekner, who's a junior here at Colfax High School. And Drew, we know that you play football, but are you involved in any other activities here at school?
I play baseball and that's it.
So when did you start playing football, and what kind of an experience has it been for you?
I started playing in 1st grade, the first year of flag football, and it's been a very good experience for me.
So what's the most important thing that you've learned playing football?
Definitely teamwork. Without everybody on the same page, you wouldn't be able to accomplish what you need to accomplish.
All right, so now when you're not playing football or you're not here at school, what are some other things that keep you interested or occupied?
I definitely like being outdoors, so hunting, fishing, riding four-wheeler, that kind of stuff.
Okay. All right, now you know these are coming. Pie, ice cream, cake, or cookies?
Cookies.
And which kind of cookie?
Chocolate chip.
Well, that's the good old standby, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you like it with the nuts or without?
Without.
All right. Burgers, brats, or hot dogs?
Burgers.
And what do you want on that burger?
Some raw onions, some Silver Spring mustard.
Okay. Have you tried that Applewood Silver Spring? It's a horseradish sauce. Have you tried that?
No, I haven't.
Well, that might be worth a test. Just goes good with anything beef.
Yeah.
All right. So, favorite NFL team?
The Packers.
Favorite collegiate team?
The Wisconsin Badgers.
Now, if you had a superpower, what do you think that would be and why?
Probably invisibility.
Why would you want to have that?
I don't need people to know where I am.
Okay, all right. Now, if you had the power of invisibility, you have to have a superhero name to go with that. So what's Drew Beekner's superhero name?
That's a hard one. Invisible Drew.
Invisible Drew. All right, so we're talking with Drew Beekner on Viking Profile. And Drew, what are your plans for after high school?
I haven't really decided yet, but I'm thinking kind of a CVTC route.
Okay, all right. And you've got some time. You're still just a junior. How about a shout out to the family?
I'd like to shout out to my mom, my dad, and my brother at home.
So when people come to Viking games, what number do you wear and what position do you play of the many that we've seen you play?
I wear number 6, and so far I've played tailback and quarterback.
Okay, we want to thank Drew Beekner for joining us today on Viking Profile. Coming up next, more Viking Halftime.
You've been tuned to Viking Profile, where we get to know one of this season's Colfax Viking players. This has been a production of the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN2. Now more Viking halftime entertainment.
Here's Grandma Florence after that flood wiped out the whole neighborhood.
Sometimes I just cannot believe all the storms we've gone through here.
I can only hope that we'll be able to leave this house to you one day, baby. You're our legacy.
Planning for these disasters will make sure we're safe, and is the best way to protect that legacy.
Your family is your legacy. Planning for a natural disaster will make sure you're all safe. Visit ready.gov/plan for the tools and tips you need to start your emergency preparedness plan today.
Yo, camping buddy. Okay, you guys ready?
Dude, I thought you were driving.
I thought you were driving.
Oh, I never said I was driving.
I definitely can't drive.
If you're high, just don't drive. It's illegal everywhere. If you feel different, you drive different.
You've been tuned to Viking Halftime on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN2. Now back to the stadium for second half action.
And welcome back to Glenwood City High School, where the Vikings have a 12-6 lead over the Glenwood City Hilltoppers as we're getting ready for second half action. And let's recap real quickly the scoring plays in the first half. The Vikings opened up the scoring in the second quarter on a 3-yard run by Theo Hovde with 3:33 remaining, and that made the score Vikings 6 and the Hilltoppers nothing. Then with 29 seconds remaining in the first half, we had a 29-yard pass from Hovde to Drew Beekner, and the extra point was blocked, and so it was 12-0 for the Vikings. Then just 12 seconds later, a kickoff return took it down to the 5-yard line of the Vikings, and then a 5-yard run by Mitch McGee took it into the end zone for the Hilltoppers to make the score Vikings 12, Hilltoppers 6. So Dan, so far this season, this is kind of uncharted territory for the Vikings.
Yeah, good job by the Colfax defense in the first half. 3 turnovers, and now they just got to get their offense going a little more. We did see a couple little splashes there in the second quarter, and their defense just has to step it up here in the second half here to hold this game.
And we want to give a shout out to our cameraman, Ben Ryder, who gave us those exceptional, and he did a nice job of mooning the audience. Let's put it that way. Ben's cracking up over here. Yeah, some beautiful moon shots that we had. And
good thing we got it because they shut the power off and now we can't see it. Can't see the moon anymore.
Right. Somebody pulled the plug on the moon, so it's not there now. Getting ready to start the second half. Vikings will be kicking off to the Hilltoppers. A very nice evening tonight. I
heard it was a little rainy over here. I was down by Madison today, and it was nice and sunny down there.
Yeah, we had a fair amount of rain come through in the morning, early afternoon. Cameron Molina teeing the ball up. And Morgan Eggert, along with Brady Thompson, are back deep to receive for the Hilltoppers. Last time Eggert received the ball, he took it all the way down to the Viking 5-yard line. Let's not let him do that again. Squib kick, it bounces to one of the up men across the 40 and gets it out to about the 47-yard line, trying to see who comes up with the ball. Brock Wood on the return.
Number 1, Austin Peterson on the tackle for the Vikings.
And they're going to mark it on the right about the 46. 1st and 10 at that spot.
Ball on their 46-yard line.
And the Hilltoppers come up to the line. 2 receivers split to the near side. Thompson thought about coming off the field, but now goes back and lines up in the slot. Reba to the near side. And we have a fumble and recovered by the Vikings.
Flag on the play, fumble on the play. Recovered by the Vikings.
And it is Viking ball. We do have a penalty marker on the play.
So offsides?
No, it's an illegal shift being called against Glenwood City, and it's declined by the Vikings. And so the Vikings will take over 1st and 10 from the 42-yard line.
The Vikings, and they'll take over 1st and 10.
Yeah, defense for the Vikings has come up big tonight.
That's the 4th turnover they've produced today. Vikings at the line. They give it straight up the middle to Hoffman. Keeps driving those legs, gets it down to the 40.
The ball carrier.
He picked up about 3. It's going to bring up 2nd and 7.
Thompson and Haggard. Gain of about 2, 2nd and 8.
Eli Ralph coming out to the near side. He's lining up fairly tight. Nichols to the far side. Havdi in motion. Beekner keeps it himself, gets it across the 40 down to about the 38-yard line. It's going to bring up 3rd and about 5.
Tackled by Haggard. Brings up 3rd down and 5 for the Vikings.
Vikings with a big break to start the 2nd half. They're coming up to the line. Anderson in the slot. Havdi in motion. Vikings mishandle the snap. Beekner falls on it.
Recovered by the Vikings.
Looked like maybe the snap was a little bit late, and Beekner was already pulling out. Fourth down and 6 for the Vikings.
Brings up 4th down and 6.
Looks like they're going to punt.
Hoffman back in punt formation. Eggert back deep to receive. He's back there along with Thompson. Hoffman gets the kick away. It's a short kick, but it's going to roll dead at about the 20-yard line. Vikings actually fell on it at the 20.
Punt nearly blocked. Downed by
Hoffman was lucky to get that one away.
And the Hilltoppers will start.
Yeah, I'm not sure why the Hilltoppers didn't just block it. He kind of came up to Colton and let him get it off. I don't know if he's afraid of...
I think they might have been afraid of doing a roughing the kicker.
Right.
All right, Blaser is split out wide to the near side. Now Thompson in the slot. Eggert at quarterback. He keeps it himself, and he gets it across the 20 out near the 25-yard line. They're going to mark it on the 24. Gain of 4, 2nd down 6.
Gain of 4, 2nd down and 6 for the Hilltoppers.
Reba into the lineup. Thompson came out. Reba splitting quite wide out to the near side. Give up the middle. This is McGee, and he gets it out across the 30 for a first down. He's out to the 32-yard line. So it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Hilltoppers at that point.
Colfax had him, but he broke loose.
So 1st and 10 for the Hilltoppers at their own 32. Receiver split wide to the far side. And this is Eggert, and he's off and running. He found a hole, and he's going to take it to the end zone. Not quite. Taken out of bounds at the 13-yard line.
Grant Paulus, line for the Vikings, got all the way back to a safe attack or a safe touchdown.
Reba lined up wide to the near side. Eggert gives it to McGee, tries the left side, gets it down to about the 10.
Tripped up by Hoffman.
Gain of 3, 2nd down 7.
Gain of 3 on the play, 2nd down.
Savvy senior number 11, Colton Hoffman on the tackle there for the Vikings.
Again, this is Blaser out to the near side, covered by Hover out there. Ball's loose on the ground. I think the Hilltoppers fell on it that time. Eggert fell on it. Loss of about a yard.
3rd down and 8. Ball on the Colfax 11-yard line.
3rd and 8 for the Hilltoppers.
Top of your screen, number 17, Brody Reba goes wide.
This is Eggert keeping it himself, and he gets bottled up at about the 8-yard line.
Hit first by number 10 for the Vikings.
4th down and 5. Big play here for the Viking defense.
Ball on the 9-yard line.
Yeah, I would guess they're gonna pass it. Have to watch the bottom of your screen.
Reba split to the near side, and they're looking for him in the corner of the end zone. He's out of bounds. He was out of bounds.
Pass complete, but out of
Reba
bounds.
caught it, but he was out of bounds in the corner of the end zone. And the Vikings will take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory at about the 8-yard line.
1st down and 10.
Got away with a little push there before he caught the ball.
Well, I think they didn't call it because he was turning facing the ball and playing the ball. And he's got a right to do that. Vikings give the ball, penalty marker goes flying in, and it probably has something to do with Reba coming in late.
Hoffman, the ball carrier, hit first by Hallbach. Flag on the play.
Hoffman got nothing on the carry. Illegal shift is being called against the Vikings, and Hilltoppers decline that. That'll make it 2nd down 10.
The Hilltoppers will take
and actually, that's a pretty smart declining of the penalty by the Hilltoppers because it would not have been the full 5 yards. Might as well take the loss of down.
Right.
Vikings back up to the line. Anderson in motion. Beekner tries to give it off. No, he tried to keep it himself and got taken down in the backfield.
Brings up 3rd and long.
3rd down and almost 20. They're saying 18 from about the 2-yard line. Problem here, Dan, is they've got to get something to give them some punting room. Beekner gives it to Hoffman. He drives out across the 10.
Brought down by Eggert.
To about the 13. It's going to bring up 4th down, but at least they have room to kick the ball away.
Yeah.
Bringing up 4th
Colton Hoffman jumped on that, through that line real quick.
Ball on the 14-yard line.
So Hoffman back in punt formation. Eggert and Thompson back deep for the Hilltoppers. High snap. Hoffman tries to get rid of the ball. And they're saying it was a backward pass by Hoffman. And so it's going to be a dead ball at about the 2-yard line. And the Hilltoppers will take over.
Yeah, it was a high snap.
I'm surprised they called that a backward pass. We don't have a real good angle at it here, but it looked to me like he was throwing it forward. It was out to the side.
Yeah, it was on the far side of the field.
Reba split to the near side. They take it right up the middle to McGee, and he's into the end zone for the Hilltopper touchdown. And that'll tie the game with 5:02 remaining in the 3rd quarter. And they'll try the extra point. Booth to kick it. He got it up, and this time it went through. So the Hilltoppers take a 13-12 lead over the Vikings with 5:02 remaining
13. 5:02 to go.
In the 3rd quarter. And you're tuned to Viking football on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN 2.
Anderson Bridges, located in Colfax, Wisconsin, has been manufacturing prefabricated steel truss bridges since 1989. With hundreds of bridges supplied nationwide, we suspect you've crossed our path. It may have been on a pedestrian or bicycle bridge, or how about a snowmobile, ATV, or golf course bridge? Anderson Bridges is likely to have manufactured it. Founded in 1989, Anderson Bridges has been a family-owned company since its beginning and are proud to support the Colfax Vikings.
Back here at Glenwood City High School, Stephen Booth getting ready to kick off for the Hilltoppers. If they have just taken a 13-12 lead over the Vikings. Hovde and Beekner back deep to receive. It's coming down to Hovde at the 15. He's out across the 20 to the 25. And gets it out across the 35 and taken down there. It's going to be about the 36-yard line is where they're going to mark it.
By number 8, Vinny Wheeler for the Hilltoppers.
Yeah, Colfax has to try to figure something out here in their offense.
Well, they don't have their back to the wall this time, so they just have to stick with what got them here. And we have a timeout as we've got an injury on the field as Brady Thompson Gets a little assistance from teammates to get off the field. Vikings at the line of scrimmage. Receiver split out wide both ways, give straight up the middle, and Hoffman got very little.
Hit by Blake.
They're going to mark it right at the line of scrimmage. No gain. 2nd down 10 for the Vikings.
2nd down and 10 for the Vikings.
Gotta like to see the Colfax offense kind of maybe getting a little pass play here to open things up.
Hover splitting out wide to the near side.
Glenwood City's just putting a bunch in the box and stopping the run.
Quick pass out to the far side and getting out across the 40 to about the 42-yard line.
Pass complete to Nichols.
Orion Nichols on the reception.
Nerby and Reba.
And it's a gain of 6. 2nd down 4. 3rd down 4. Over split to this side, Nichols to the far side. Beekner, boy, he tried the read option, and Glenwood City came in from they set the edge real well that time. Let's put it that way. 4th down and 5 for the Vikings. Loss of about a yard.
I don't know, I would punt it away. Colfax defense has done really well tonight.
Yeah, the only times that Glenwood City scored is when they gave them a very short field. Hoffman back in punt formation. There's a snap. He got the kick away. Line drive kick hits at about the 33, and it's going to roll dead at the 27-yard line.
Rolls dead at about the 27-yard line.
1st and 10 for the Hilltoppers at that point.
2:36 to go, 3rd quarter.
They're going to mark it at the 28-yard line. 1st and 10. Reba splitting out very wide to the right again. Covered there by Hover. Quick snap, and Eggert kept it himself. He got out to the 30. They're putting it right on the 30. Gain of a couple. 2nd down 8.
Colton Hoffman and Theo Hovde on the tackle for the Vikings.
Gain of about 3 on the play, 2nd and 7.
Blaser split to the near side. They're lined up tight on the far side. Eggert, a quarterback, gives it to McGee. McGee tries the right side and got maybe 3 yards. He's out to about the 33.
Tackled by Ralph.
Number 3, Eli Ralph on the tackle for the Vikings.
Yeah, in fact, they put it on the 34, so it's 3rd down 4.
Ball on the Hilltopper, 34-yard line.
Reba splitting out wide. Eggert keeps it himself, finds a hole, and gets dragged down from behind at the 46-yard line. 1st down, Glenwood City.
Yeah, Colfax came with the blitz, and he got through that. Once he hit the 2nd level, there was some opening.
Hilltoppers at the line. Coming up on a minute to go in the third quarter. Eggert gives it to McGee. McGee finds a hole on the right side, and he gets down to about the 35-yard line.
Good job by Mitch McGee to just follow his blocker and pick up an extra 5 yards.
Glenwood City made some adjustments at halftime. Hilltoppers up to the line. Reba splitting out wide to the far side this time. Eggert takes the snap, keeps it himself. Found a hole up the middle, and he found his way into the open, and he's into the end zone for a Glenwood City touchdown.
Touchdown, Hilltoppers.
That'll make the score Glenwood City 19 and the Vikings 12. Hilltoppers to try the extra point. Again, this Booth to try the kick. And the Vikings are offside. Theo Hovde tried to time the snap, and for his efforts, he took the ball off his hip. So they'll move it down to about the 1.5 yard line. Actually, it's not a bad time to anticipate the snap because it's only a 1.5 yard penalty. So Booth lining up to try again. And this time Cameron Molina came across. And so that's going to be a 3/4 yard penalty. So it should be, they're going to go for 2 now. They're on the less inside the 1 yard line.
Hilltoppers are going for
Coming in late for the Hilltoppers is 62. Will Standard.
This is a big extra point now for the Hilltoppers because it would make it a 2-score. And the play got stuffed at the line of scrimmage. Cameron Molina came across. They handed it to McGee, and Cameron Molina came through, and the score remains Hilltoppers 19, Vikings 12. And you're tuned to Viking football on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN 2.
Colfax High School football action is coming your way on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN2. Coming up on Friday, October 6th, the Colfax Vikings will host the Clear Lake Warriors from Colfax High School. Coverage begins at 6:40 p.m. with Viking Preview. That's live Colfax Viking football on Friday, October 6th, on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN2.
Well, Dan, that extra point attempt was a big one because it's still a 1-score game, whereas had they made that 2-point conversion, it would have become a 2-score game.
Yeah, Colfax has to take advantage of this.
Booth ready to kick it. It's a short kick. Fallen on by the Vikings. Wisely falling on the ball was Grayson Decker.
Grayson Decker for the Vikings. The Vikings will start 1st and 10.
And the Vikings will have it on their own 42-yard line. I don't know if that was an intended short kick or if he just mishit it, but either way, the Vikings handled it properly. Hovde in motion. Beekner tries the right side, and they take him down in the backfield, back at about the 40-yard line. Glenwood City's getting real good penetration on the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, Colfax has to make sure they keep the spread out a little bit because they're starting to get kind of one-dimensional again, and just drop 10 in the box, and there's just nothing there.
So that's the end of the third quarter with the score. Vikings 12, but the Glenwood City Hilltoppers have 19. And you're tuned to the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN 2.
C&K Construction is your source for high-quality concrete and construction work in the Chippewa Valley. Established in 2014, C&K Construction in Chippewa Falls is a leading concrete contractor proud to serve Eau Claire, Altoona, Menominee, and surrounding areas. Specializing in concrete construction, excavating, flatwork poured walls, and much more, they're right for all of your concrete needs. Call C&K Construction in Chippewa Falls at 715-559-1335.
It's getting to that time of year again. Time for the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN TV to present our Halloween Spooktacular 2023. Join us at 7 p.m. on Halloween night by the light of the jack-o'-lantern as we bring you some of the best in Halloween-themed old-time radio programs, including The Life of Riley, Yours Truly Johnny Dollar, Richard Diamond, Private Detective, and Suspense. So join me and a friend of mine as we party hardy on our Halloween Spooktacular at 7 p.m. Halloween night on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN TV.
And back here at Glenwood City, and after that ad, we had a beautiful Halloween moon earlier this evening. Vikings have the ball, second and about 12 at their own 40. They give the ball straight up the middle to Hoffman. He gets it out across the 45 to about the 46-yard line.
Hit first by Nervy.
That's going to bring up 3rd and 6.
Game brings up 3rd and about 6.
Yeah, big possession here for Colfax.
Picking up the first down here would do a lot to restore their confidence. Hover splitting out wide to the far side, along with, I think that's Nichols out there. Quick toss out to that side. That's Nichols, and he reaches. I think he may have reached far enough, and the official's not going to give it to him.
I think we have a flag on the play.
Oh, yes, there is a flag. I think they may call an illegal formation against the Vikings.
And there's a flag on the play.
They're talking to the Viking head coach, and this is something Dan and I were talking about. When they send two wide out to one side, oftentimes they're both lined up on the line. Ineligible man downfield is the call.
Ineligible man downfield against the Vikings.
So that's going to move it back 5 yards. 3rd and a long 11.
Penalty gives us 3rd down and about 12 for the Vikings.
Vikings come up to the line. Over going out to the wide side on the far side. Beekner taken down in the backfield. He had no chance to do anything at all with it. Coming through is Jared Hager for the Hilltoppers. Brings up 4th down and about 17 for the Vikings.
6 on the play brings up 4th down and
yeah, not the play that the Vikings needed right now.
Wood and Eggert back deep for the Hilltoppers.
Hoffman back in punt formation. And we have a timeout being called by the Vikings.
Timeout.
So while they discuss this, we'll take a timeout as well, as you're tuned to Viking football on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN2.
Are your pooch's proportions putting on pounds? Or is your kitty's constitution constantly complaining?
Well, stop by and see the friendly folks at the Colfax Animal Hospital. Doctors Austin and Nikki Pritchard and their staff will be happy to help you get your family friend back on the road to healthy living. That's the Colfax Animal Hospital. Call them at 715-962-3380.
Multiple studies have shown that marijuana can slow both driver reaction and response time, which can be really dangerous. He's here. He's here. Wait. What?
I can't drive.
Why?
I'm high.
Oh.
Hoffman back in punt formation for the Vikings. Eggert and let's see who's the other one back there. Brock Wood. Here's the kick, a low liner. It's going to roll out of bounds at about the 38-yard line for the Glenwood City Hilltoppers.
40-yard line, and they will start there.
They're going to mark it on the 40. So 1st and 10 for the Hilltoppers.
Yeah, Colfax defense has done a good job tonight. They're going to have to try to get another stop right here.
But they've got to stop Eggert up the middle. And we're going to get a penalty marker.
Right on the play.
False start.
And it's a false start against Glenwood City. So it's going to move it back 5 to the 35-yard line.
That'll cost them 5. 1st and 15.
$9:50 to go in the game. Glenwood City on top, 19-12. Blaser split out to the near side. Eggert keeps it himself, breaks a couple tackles, and he gets out across the 45 to about the 47-yard line. It's going to bring up a 2nd down and about 3.
22, Kate Anderson on the tackle, along with Hover.
The Vikings.
Vikings are not getting good tackles at the line of scrimmage. He's able to break those tackles.
Ball on their 47-yard line.
And we have a whistle. The official's timeout.
Equipment issue for the Vikings.
So while the shoe gets taken care of for the Vikings, split out wide to the near side is Brody Reba, and he's covered out there by Theo Hovde. And the give to McGee. McGee keeps trying along the line of scrimmage, and coming up and making a good tackle is Drew Beekner. Taken down at the 45-yard line. Loss of a couple. It's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
Loss of a yard on that play brings up 3rd down and 5 for Glenwood City.
Hilltoppers up to the line. Blaser split out wide to the right. Eggert heads off the right side, and he got to the 50-yard line. They're going to say he's just shy. They're spotting it. The official on the far side has him just shy of the first down. 4th and less than a yard.
Short of the line to gain. 4th down and short for the Hilltoppers.
So Reba into the lineup. Blaser comes out. Hilltoppers come up. Eggert in the pistol. Eggert keeps it himself, and he got taken. Now they're going to get a face mask called on the Vikings. We can see that one from all the way up here.
Yeah, the face mask or horse collar, one or the other.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a face mask. Yep, that's what they call against the Vikings. They were trying very hard to keep him from getting that half a yard, and so you grab anything you can, and that time it was the face mask, and you can't do that. That 15-yard penalty is going to mark it at the 35-yard line of the Vikings, 1st and 10 for the Hilltoppers.
Ball on the 35-yard line.
Hilltoppers up to the line.
Yeah, don't touch me, right?
And the give to McGee, and he gets down to about the 30.
Running right. Hit by Ralph.
Tried the right side and got down to about the 30-yard line, and they're going to mark it at the 31. No, they're going to put it right on the 30, it looks like. No, at the 31. So it's a gain of 4. 2nd down 6. Eggert keeps it himself, tries the right side, and he drives it down to about the 25-yard line where he's held up, and they blow it dead. Forward progress stopped at the 24, and it's going to be a 1st down.
And Eggert gives the Hilltoppers a
6:22, well, 6:20 now to go in this game. Vikings need to make a stop. Snap and the give straight up the middle.
McGee.
That was McGee again. He gets it down to about the 21-yard line.
Gain of 3, 2nd and 7.
Tackled by number 3, Eli Ralph for the Vikings.
2nd down, about 7 yards to go. From the 21. Reva split out wide to the near side. Eggert taken down in the backfield. Blitzing. Paulus coming through. And a well-timed blitz that time as he took Eggert down back at about the
loss of about
26-yard line. 3rd and
12 for the Hilltoppers.
11 or 12. It's a short 12. Blaser coming out to the near side. Eggert keeps it himself, goes to the left. He gets hit, and now he breaks loose and takes it down to about the 13-yard line. It's going to be a 1st down for the Hilltoppers.
Tackled by Ebert.
He came over to the left side, and then when he hit the 2nd level, he cut back to the right and got it down to the 13-yard line.
Yeah, Colfax loaded the right side, and Glenwood City just took it to the left side.
Ball on the Viking 13-yard line.
Hilltoppers up to the line. Again, rebound to the near side. Eggert keeps it himself. This time he gets met at the line of scrimmage, but lunges forward. He gets it down to about the 12.
Brought down by Guillermo. A gain of 1.
Second down, 9 for the Hilltoppers.
Maybe 2. 2nd and 8, Glenwood City.
Glaser splits out wide. He's on the near side. Eggert takes a snap, takes it himself around the right side, and he gets taken down
Eggert, the ball carrier.
by a host of Vikings.
Hit first by Molina.
And we have a timeout called by the Vikings with 3:15 to go.
Loss on the plate.
That's
Timeout
back
Vikings.
at about the...
3:15 to go, 4th quarter.
Well, let's see where they're going to put it. Looks like it's about the 17, 18-yard line. So 3rd down and 17 to go, and there's a timeout on the field on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN2.
Looking for a team approach to managing your finances? With over 70 years of experience and 12 locations, Dairy State Bank has built a reputation for helpful customer service and support. While our service ethic is old-fashioned, our products and services are not. We offer a full range of loan programs as well as online banking, mobile deposit, and transaction alerts to fit your busy lifestyle. Dairy State Bank, banking on relationships, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
Are you ready to help your family get prepared for the unexpected?
Here we go!
Ladybug and Cat Noir know how important it is to be ready, because you never know when Hawkmoth is going to strike or a disaster will hit. And you don't need miraculous powers. Just put those planning skills you already have to good use. Make a plan.
Hilltoppers 3rd and 17. Long pass towards the end zone. And who came up with it? Hilltoppers come up with it in the end zone for a touchdown. Rebound on the catch. It was contested by 2 Vikings back there, and he just outfought him for the ball.
Yeah, 50-50 ball. Hilltoppers come away with it.
That makes the score, the Hilltoppers 25 and the Vikings 12. Booth to try the extra point. Snap, the kick, it's up. And that one's good.
And the kick by Stephen Booth is good. With 3:08 to go, our score, the Colfax Vikings 12 and your Glenwood City Hilltoppers 26.
So with 3:08 to go, it's 26-12. Hilltoppers on top, and you're tuned to Viking football on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN2.
Are you ready to help your family get prepared for the unexpected?
Here we go!
Ladybug and Cat Noir know how important it is to be ready, because you never know when Hawkmoth is going to strike or a disaster will hit. And you don't need miraculous powers. Just put those planning skills you already have to good use. Make a plan that will help you and your family be ready when emergencies happen. Ready Kids can help. Get started at ready.gov/kids.
And we're back here at Glenwood City High School. Vikings have their back to the wall. They've got to strike quickly now. Booth getting ready to kick off. Short kick, picked up by the Vikings, and he drops to a knee at the 35-yard line. That was Hoffman.
Hoffman drops to a knee.
And
the
Vikings will have it 1st and 10.
Ball on the 35-yard line.
Looks like Glenwood City might be going to a cover 2. 2 safeties deep. Hovde in the slot. Nichols on the near side. Hovde on the slot on the near side. And the throw to the far side. He's got a receiver and he's got it. He brought it in.
Pass complete.
Yeah, the pass is complete to Peyton Hover. Down at about the 37-yard line. That's going to be a first down for the Vikings.
Yeah, Peyton Hover laying out for that one. Good catch.
Lining up in that same formation again. Hover tight on the far side. Hovde in the slot on the near side.
Look out.
And the throw over the middle is incomplete. Intended for Nichols. Overthrew him just a little bit.
Second and 10.
Second down 10 for the Vikings with 2:41 to go. And we have a whistle and a timeout being called by the Hilltoppers. So with a timeout on the field, the score, Glenwood City 26, Vikings 12 on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN 2.
In November of 2018, our daughter Jana passed away. The outpouring of support was unbelievable. Support that we received inspired us to start a foundation called the Jana Kelly Memorial Foundation. And through that foundation,
we've given back in a lot of different ways, through projects, through different other charities that we've supported. We like to help Humane Association, and the Ronald McDonald House is something that's very near and dear to us. We've also recently, this last year, we actually built a tiny house. It's really exciting to be able to give back in different ways.
to learn more or to help financially, would find us on Facebook or www.janakelly.com.
2:41 remaining in this one. Vikings trying to score quickly and then maybe get the ball back. They're at the line of scrimmage. Beekner under center. Takes a snap. Rolls to his right. Looking downfield. He throws it, and Hovde had to go down to try to get it. It was a little behind him, and it's incomplete. Third down 10.
Brings up third down and 10.
Yeah, pretty good coverage by the Hilltoppers there. We're down territory now.
Oh boy, yeah. Nichols coming out wide to the right. Hovde in the slot on the right. Beekner tries to throw it. His arm got hit as he was trying to get rid of it, and it fell harmlessly to the ground. Fourth down.
Yeah, Stephen Booth there got a hand in that one.
Fourth down and 10, Colfax.
I'm surprised that they don't have Beekner back in the pistol. With the pressure that's been coming through the line, it would at least give him a chance to scope things out a little better. 4th and 10. .234 remaining in the game. Beekner drops back, penalty marker flies, and Beekner is sacked back at about the 43-yard line. And
that could be out in the area of defensive holding.
Illegal shift on the part of the Vikings. Penalties decline. Ball goes over on downs to the Hilltoppers. At the 42-yard line, it'll be 1st and 10 at that point. 2:29 remaining.
Hilltoppers will decline and take over on downs.
I know that the Vikings have used at least...
Ball on the 37-yard line.
Oh, they're going to put the ball on the 37. They're going to say that was an incomplete pass. I didn't think he got the ball away. All right, Hilltoppers come out to the line of scrimmage. I don't think we're going to see the Hilltoppers put the ball in the air. Eggert finds a hole, gets up to about the 45-yard line. It's going to bring up second down and about 3.
We got a timeout.
Timeout
and
Vikings.
A timeout on the field.
2:22 to go, fourth quarter.
As you're tuned to Viking football on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN 2. The clock is not the friend of the Vikings right now. 2:22 to go. Glenwood City with the ball and with the lead. 14-point lead. Blaser split out wide to the near side. Eggert keeps it himself straight up the middle, and he gets down to the Viking 45-yard line. The official on the far side is saying that he got to about the 47-yard line. But it's a first down. And the clock continues to run. I don't know if that was the final out for the Vikings or not. Coming up at the end of this, we will have a Viking post-game show. Under 2 minutes to go. Reba coming out to the near side. Eggert takes a snap, keeps it himself straight up the middle, keeps the legs going. He gets across the 45 down to the 43-yard line.
Carry.
It's a gain of about 4, 2nd and 6.
Tackled by number 10, Orion Nichols. Leaves us with 2nd and 6.
You know, with the control that Glenwood City has shown in the second half, part of that, Dan, I still believe, is the fact that the Vikings have the same 11 guys going both ways, and they're just out of gas.
Yeah, Glenwood City figured out something on that Colfax left side of the line there in the second half, and they picked up some good yardage.
And we have a timeout being called by the Hilltoppers. So a timeout on the field with 47 seconds remaining. And you're tuned to Viking football on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN 2.
Jason? Let's go see your room.
No, that's not right. How was it? Is it good?
Second down and victory formation is what the Hilltoppers are lining up in. Snap. Eggert takes a knee. Or check that, that's Blaser who got to take the knee. They'll have to do it one more time, I believe. So they're at the line of scrimmage. This should be the final play of the game. Snap, and there it is.
One more time. And that should do it. With our final score, the and your
Glenwood City Hilltoppers 26 and the Vikings 12.
As you exit the stadium,
and we'll be back with Viking Postgame on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN2 right after this timeout.
And tuned to Colfax Viking Football, live on NLWN2. This has been a production of the Northern Light Webcasting Network in conjunction with Colfax High School, and is intended for the enjoyment of the viewing and listening audience. Any broadcast, rebroadcast, or reproduction in part or in whole without the express written consent of the Northern Light Webcasting Network LLC and Colfax High School is prohibited. Stay tuned. Coming up next is Viking Postgame.
How you doing?
Hey, Mason.
Hey, Mason.
Thank you.
A place to make my own. A place that I call home. This place that I call home.
Time now for Viking Postgame with a look back at today's Colfax Viking football game. And now, back out to the stadium and Viking Postgame.
Back here at Glenwood City, where the Vikings come up short by a score of 26-12 at the hands of the Glenwood City Hilltoppers. The Hilltoppers get to have a happy homecoming. And the Vikings were hoping to be spoilers, and boy, oh boy, in the first half it sure looked like that might happen, but it wasn't to be. Let's take a quick look at the scoring plays to start the game. Vikings scored first on a 3-yard run by Theo Hovde with 3:33 to go in the second quarter, giving the Vikings a 6-0 lead. Then also in the second quarter, towards the end of the first half, the Vikings scored on a 29-yard pass from Hovde to Beekner, and that made it 12-0 in favor of the Vikings. From that point on, it was Glenwood City. A 5-yard run by McGee with 17 seconds to go in the half made it 12-6 at halftime, with the Vikings on top. Then in the second half, it was a 2-yard run by McGee with 5:02 to go in the third quarter, and they made the extra point, making it 13-12. They took the lead. Then there's a score in here I don't have written down. What, do you have it, Dan? The next to the last score.
Next to the last, I got Morgan Eager for a 25-yard touchdown run on 35. That would have been in the third quarter.
Right towards the end of the third quarter.
Yep.
And then in the fourth quarter, there was a 22-yard pass from Eggert to Reba with 3:08 to go, and that made the final score Glenwood City 26 and the Vikings 12. Dan, we're seeing improvement by the Vikings every week. Last week we saw some points being put up with some quick strike offense and some good special teams play. And then this week, the Vikings actually played very well in the first half and took a lead into halftime, which is something they haven't done this year since the first game of the season. And I'll tell you, I still think the Vikings have got a win or two left in them, and since there's only 2 games left, both of these have the potential to be good games for the Vikings, and they'll be at home.
Depth. That's what Colfax needs. You know, they when you got guys that got to go both ways, you can just kind of see them come start as fourth quarter. They just running out of gas.
That's exactly what I feel too. And if the Vikings could find a way to get some more bodies out, that's something to look for next year, because a lot of this roster are young players, and they're going to have a lot of these guys back next year.
Yeah, I think Colfax just has to make sure they jump out early, try to get like a 2-score lead in the first half.
They did that today too. They just didn't. They allowed a score with 17 seconds remaining, and so it was a case of they just couldn't hang on to that 2-score lead, because they played pretty well today.
Yeah, defense did great. Special teams was good. Offense wasn't terrible. Colton Hoffman had a good day. The
Hilltoppers figured some things out and made some adjustments. And so the Vikings had a hard time sustaining things in the second half. And they also had a hard time in the second half. The Hilltoppers put Morgan Eggert in at quarterback for the entire second half. And basically, he just ran the ball down the throat of the Vikings. 178 yards rushing for Eggert. And the Vikings just couldn't find a way to stop him, because once he penetrated that first level, he had great vision and was able to find the open slots to go. And he also had 94 yards of return yardage. And so...
Yeah, most of his carries were off the right side of the Hilltopper line. So, good job by those guards and tackles on that side of the line.
So, anyway, the Vikings, it's not done yet, and they've got a couple of games coming up that they actually match up pretty well with. I want to remind you that you should join us on NLWN 2 for Colfax Viking High School football next Friday, as the Vikings will host the Clear Lake Warriors in the Vikings annual homecoming game. And our coverage begins with Viking preview at 6:40 p.m., followed by live play-by-play action. On Tuesday, the Viking volleyball team will host the Elmwood Plum City Wolves in a Dunn St. Croix Conference match. Action begins at 7. And then on Thursday, the Viking volleyball team will travel right over here to Glenwood City to take on the Hilltoppers, also starting at 7 o'clock. Tonight's Viking football game has been brought to you by the Colfax Animal Hospital. Let Dr. Buckley and his friendly staff take care of your pet. C&K Construction, your concrete experts for the Chippewa Valley. Dairy State Bank, where they're banking on relationships. Midwest Environmental Consultants, soil testers for western Wisconsin. Anderson Bridges, who have been manufacturing prefabricated steel truss bridges since 1989. Slayton's Technology, IT provider for the Northern Light Webcasting Network. Menominee Eye and Optical, with quality personalized care for you and your family. And Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax. Comfort food the way Mom used to make it. Be sure to thank these fine sponsors for bringing you Colfax Viking football on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN 2. So for Dan Petchow and Ben Ryder, who did an ever-improving job on the camera, we sure appreciate that. This is Rick Olson. Final score once again, Glenwood City Hilltoppers 26, Vikings 12. You've been tuned to Viking football on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN 2.
You've been tuned to Viking Postgame with a look back at today's Colfax Viking football game. This has been a production of the Northern Light Webcasting Network, NLWN2, along with Colfax High School. Check out our upcoming broadcast schedule at www.northernlightwebcastingnetwork.com.